fellow duelists, my name is Ducklord and this is my very first video, and it had to be a banlist in it. At the end of the video, can you please comment, tell me what you believe I did well and tell me what you believe I can improve on. It'd be much appreciated, thank you. Before I start, I just want to say this is my banlist, wishlist plus predictions. I'll go through each one, my reason behind it. If you disagree with anything, I'd love to also hear that in the comments and we can have a good conversation about it, because I've always got time to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? Thank you very much. I'm going to start off with things that I believe should be banned. And the first thing is, I'm going to go for something that I don't believe any of us would disagree with. And that's VFD. Now, the problem is, with this card is, the fact that it basically stops you playing for the turn. Do you know what I mean? It's not been so bad up until now because rank 9s was never the easiest thing to make. It was possible in some decks like Generaids and other decks like that, but when they went for True King, it was True King plus something minor. But now we've got Virtual World that's come into play. Virtual World is an absolute awesome deck. It's so much fun to play. They've designed the deck so well, you can play any rank 3, rank 6, rank 9 or even rank 12 or vice versa with levels. Which is such an awesome mechanic, we can all agree on that. But the fact is, it makes True King plus a Macro Cosmos, it's kind of ridiculous, let's be honest. It's so hard to get around. And for that reason, because of Virtual World, I honestly believe that True King Calamities should be banned. Now, next on my list, and this is more of a wish list thing, but you may agree with me, you may not. I'm going to explain my reasoning behind it, and I might be able to change your mind. And that card is Red Eyes Fusion. Now, Red Eyes Fusion, I know people want either Dragoon or the Predaplant Link banned, but the Predaplant Link can be used in so many other decks, Cyber Dragons, any fusion deck really. It gives them that extra capability of giving that extra push and that extra little bit of consistency. But people are using it just to send Red Eyes Fusion. And by doing so, they're also ending their big boards as well as a tower on top that can negate, as well as pop, as well as burn. Which, let's be honest, is disgusting. Like, truly, truly disgusting. Now, Dragoon's obviously going to be a strong card because it's a mixture of Dark Magician and Red Eyes, two of the most iconic dual monsters there is. But the fact that anyone can play it because of Red Eye Fusion makes it disgusting. Now, I don't want to ban Dragoon and I don't want to ban the Predaplant Link. Dragoon, I believe that Dark Magicians and Red Eyes should still be able to use it because it's only fair, you know what I mean? It's probably their strongest card they'll ever have in the archetype ever. And for that reason, I think it should just be Red Eyes Fusion that should be banned. Okay? I appreciate you listening to me. Right, my next choice. Again, people may not agree with me because they want Hyperfire, Hulk banned or Link Cross. But in my eyes, I truly believe that it should be Martial Metal Marcher. Just because Martial Metal Marcher gives that extra on top of what's already absolutely awesome. You know what I mean? Martial Metal Marcher allows you to bring back your tuner and then extend even further than what you already would. Now, the reason I don't want Hulk band or Link Cross is for the one simple fact is that they're still new and they still haven't been fully explored. For example, you've got Link Cross, which in the series was used to summon Lord Furious Dragon, which is a fusion. Which, if somebody does that in real life, awesome on you, you know what I mean? And Hulk, I mean, Hulk can help every single deck there is, which is awesome. It's not just an extender, it's a way to give synchro decks some more consistency. For that reason, I believe the problem card is Martial Metal Marcher. Now, the next card I want banned, I know that absolutely nobody's going to agree with me, but I've got good reasoning behind it. And that card is Boral Salt. I know. Why do you want Borrel Sword banned or clocked? I'll tell you this, the reason I want Borrel Sword banned is because the simple fact is, it gives people games who don't deserve them games. Somebody can have broken a board down, they could have established their own field and, you know, done really well. Giving that sort of interaction which we all crave for a new year. Opponent's next turn, I summon the Borrel Sword. Attack, change, attack, GG. I mean, what's the fun in that? It's a good card, but I think it should be banned. Now, I believe, just double checking, yep, that's all I've got for my ban list. Nothing more than that. Now, let's go to my limited section. Oh no, I'm lying. One more ban card, which we all, once again, should agree with, and that's the Destruction Sword. Not being able to play a game mechanic is disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, Buster, the deck, doesn't really use this card that much. Maybe for some minor plays, but that's it. Whereas other decks being able to lock their opponent out with their extra deck, as well as giving the monsters an extra 1000 attack, as well as having a couple of negates on top of that, it's disgusting. It's not good for the game. And it's just no fun at all. Right, I promise that was my last banned one. We'll start off with the limited and we'll go for one that's a bit of a shocker. We shall go for Masterpiece. Now, True Draco's seen no competitive play since Cardinal got banned and all their cards to add consistency. Now, True Draco's may be an annoying deck, which it is, but they need something to give them some viability. We want a diverse community, and diverse decks. You don't want to be playing the same few decks every time you do. Everybody likes the different mechanics. Now, we haven't got a decent tribute mechanic. I know we've got Monarchs with Pantheon at 3 and all that sort of stuff, but Monarchs still aren't seeing much play, and they're still bricks. Even with one of the most OP draw cards in the game, they are still bricks. There's no doubt about it. Whereas Masterpiece, I know it's strong, and I know it can end up immune to everything, and I know that it's got a pop as well, which is awesome. It's really strong, it's a really good card, but limited at 1, it'll just give the deck a bit more viability, a chance to compete. What else have I got from the limited section? One that I know people are hoping for, but I believe that it's kind of possible, but Thunder Dragon Colossus at 1. Now, Thunder Dragons is another deck that's so much fun. Like, it's really, really fun to play. The whole mechanic of discarding all your Thunder Dragons and then all that sort of stuff. And Colossus is just one big floodgate on wings, and is awesome. You know what I mean? He's the definition of a really good card. And with how much search all the top decks at the moment have got, Colossus would just help slow that game down a little bit. Honestly, I believe this card can go back to 1. It can never go above 1 just because of Master Rules 5, and the fact is that you could easily just spam out 3 Colossuses or spam out 2 Mechanics YZ, extend. Above 1, I believe that's perfectly reasonable. What have we got next? Ha! This is one I'm excited for. Unfortunately, I never got to play competitive in this time period, but I have always loved the mechanic of this archetype, and that's Dragon Rulers. Oh, don't know what we're doing up there. Now, I know we've got Tempest at 1, and it's these niche play, but all the Dragon Rulers at 1 would just give Dragon decks a bit more versatility, maybe, as well as other decks as well, like Charmers. I think Charmers would be great with each of the Dragon Rulers. I think it's a good mechanic for them too. It'll give them an extra bit of push. Honestly, I do truly believe that all the Dragon Rulers can come to 1. What have we got next? Another card I didn't play in this time period, but at the moment I don't think it'll be a viable option at all. Hold on. Oh no, sorry. I believe that can come for free. I'm going to wait on that one. My next two that I'm going to show, I know that everybody's just going to be like, let's go! Pendulum Bastic! Impressions of Triff, but I believe that with how much they've been cracked on pendulums, they deserve a little bit more power, a little bit more force. For that reason, I believe that Monkey Board plus Astrograph can come back. Astrograph will give the pendulum's ability to go into Zark, and it'll give it a little bit more versatility to the type of decks. You could have negation pendulums, or you could have forceful pendulums for blown attack. Let me break your board, which I think would be good for the game. Like, pendulums aren't seeing much play anyway. Don't get me wrong though, if I'll go on. Electromite comes back, these cards can't come back. Just, there's no chance. It'd give the deck way too much consistency. And nobody wants that. But these two, no one. I think it's a pretty good idea. I think it'll be fun to see some decent pendulum decks in the meta again. Ooh, what have we got next? My favourite type of cards. I believe that we've already got Morphing Jar at 1, we've got Morphing Jar 2 at 3. I believe that both Fibre Jar and one second, and Cyber Jar can both come back to 1. The simple fact is, these cards will do absolutely nothing at all in the current game. It's the fact when it comes to people battling them, as soon as they get flipped, all that's going to happen is like, I activate the effect of Fibre Jar, I activate the effect of Cyber Jar, and all it's going to be is, yeah, negate. You know what I mean? If it pulls off, it's cool. That's all it is. And plus, both cards give opponents, both players, equal measures. I know that Cyber Jar may destroy a certain amount of cards, and Fibre Jar may return more cards from one each individual player. But at the end of the day, Fibre Jar is still going to give both players 6 cards. Cyber Jar is still going to give both players 5 cards. I think it'd be cool. Love to see the jars back in the game. Honestly, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Plus that jars are like my favourite archetype ever. But yeah. Anything else that I've got at 1? Nope. We'll go on to our semi-limited. Now here's going to be some that's going to shock some people. Oh, one more limited. I apologise. Heavy Storm. We've got Happy's Feather Duster in the format now at 1. Why not have Heavy Storm? I know people will go, yeah, but you can trigger on traps and stuff like that. But besides Eldritch, who else is going to play, like, is it Totem Statue or whatever that gives you that extra monster just for that possibility of drawing Heavy Storm along with it? Nobody's going to play that. Heavy Storm at 1, I think that's an awesome idea, and I think it'd be good fun. There's not many spell and trap decks in the format anyway, so it's not like it'll be absolutely devastating. Now we are on to the semi-limited. I'm going to start off with good old Skill Drain. I know this will be a boost to Eldritch, as they've done in the OCG, but Skill Drain at 2 in the TCG, I think it'll give like a bit more versatility, a bit more options. It might unlock a few more decks, possibly even put this to 3, to be honest. But as a trial run, I think it'd be perfectly fine at 2. Do like Skill Drain, but that's because I'm an old school type of player. What are we on to now? Ah, yes. This is a similar situation to Skill Drain, and that's Ultimate Offering. Now, it's a trap. you've got to wait at least a turn to use it. Upon that turn though, when it comes to your next turn, you'll be able to normal summon as much as you want, which is absolutely outstanding. But there's not going to be many decks that can actually utilise this or go on this. The deck that I really think this could really help out is the Gods. Proper Egyptian Gods deck. Ultimate Offering would thrive in that deck. A couple of other decks, yeah, it'd thrive on, but the fact that it's still a trap and they'd have to wait a turn will default, just slow them down. Because people just want to spam the hand and spam out a big board. You know, like break my board, if you can't I win. Ultimate Offering might give people other options, might make people want to play a more fun deck. I think even the Offering might be able to go to 3 as well. My next choice is... that's all I've got for my Unlimited. Now for my Unlimited. I'm going to show 2 because for the same reason. We've got Yatagarasu, and we have... come on, where have you gone? I did have these ordered, but... okay. And Symbol of Heritage. Now, Yatagarasu is a really awesome card, there's no doubt about it. Being able to stop your opponent from drawing is probably one of the strongest effects in the game. But the fact that it's a spirit monster and it requires a normal summon, and the fact that it's only got, what, is it 200 attack? You'd see niche play at best. Even at 3 it'd just see niche play. The only deck that I can really see utilising this would be spirits. And I'd quite like to see spirits in the format. I think it'd be different and it'd be fun. It's one archetype that never really kicked off properly, and I think Garasu would give people a reason to play that deck and a reason to explore it, and I think, yeah, it'd be good. The Symbol of Heritage, I was proper thinking about this, and I have no idea why this card got banned in the first place. Because, yeah, I see it's kind of like Premature Burial, but you've got 3 monsters in your graveyard with the same name. But there's going to be barely any decks that can use this. The only deck I can think of off the top of my head is probably Harpies. Harpies can use this. I'd like to see them in format too. I think they've got some really strong cards. They've got the ability. They've got a strong trap card. They've got a strong XYZ. They've got a strong lock. The Tri-Brigades now come in as well. They've given that further possibility to explore more things. I think Symbol of Heritage could see niche play in it, but it's even then, it's still not necessity. What else have I got for my Unlimiteds? I have got... aha, yes. One second, run it. Night Sailing. Why is this card still a little one? Flip effects haven't been viable for so long. If all, I still can't see any generic player using Night Assailant. I'm proper trying to think if there's anything. This card does not deserve to be at 1 anymore. This should just go to 3. If somebody disagrees, I'd love to know the reason why. And I've got one more, which is another deck that I'd kind of like to see come back into play, even though I don't think it ever will. I think the only deck that could use this at the moment would be Burn Mine, but apart from that, can't see out, and that's Chain Strike. Why is this card still at 1/1 burn damage? Hasn't been relevant for years? I have absolutely no idea. But Chain Strike, I'd like to play Chain Strike again. I think it'd be fun. Chain Link 7, why not? And Chain Strike, burn for what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21,000 points of damage. That's awesome. The only deck that I can think of, off the top of my head, that can actually use Train Strike, like reliably, is probably Goku. Not Goku. What about Goku? Go on. The wrestling archetype. Bloody hell. There's awesome playing the Kieran, bring it up, because I can't remember. Right. And I believe that is all I've got for my banlist. It most certainly is. I know this video was a little bit rough, and I know that I made some pretty obvious mistakes, and I stuttered and I messed up at points, and my voice quality isn't the best. I am getting a microphone soon, but until then, I'd still like to hear any comments if you think there's anything else I could improve on, or anything that you believe I did well. Okay? So all you duelists out there, if you ever fancy a duel, I'd love to start making videos of live duels as well. So if you fancy having a duel against me, we can duel. We can talk. Follow me on Discord at DarkDuck, #7999. Okay. Thank you so very much. Ducklord out. I've been looking at my hair like I just pulled a Zodiac. I'm gonna FTK, I'm just warning ya. My deck has got the secret formula. While I'm dueling, I won't be boring ya. Duel-taining, yeah. Duel-taining, yeah.